Let's talk about the best ground attacks for Town Hall 10, and we're going to be kicking it off with the army that you see on screen. And of course, all the armies that we take a look at today, the links will be down in the description below if you want to copy them that way. But we have bowlers and witches as the first attack. It's probably the simplest attack and one of the strongest attacks at Town Hall 10. So it's obviously bowlers, witches, we got some golems into tank, we got a jump spell for the back end. We do have a few wall breakers for the initial push, but we are also using a log launcher. So lots of walls being opened up here on this attack strategy. And then taking a look at the hero equipment, you can see that we do have the regular queen equipment. So we've got the archer puppet and the invis vial. And then for the king, we have the rage vial with the vamp stash. And the vamp stash is because we have the wall breakers, we have the log launcher, and we have the jump spell, so we don't really need the earthquake boots. If you wanted to switch from the log launcher to the siege barracks, you could swap to the earthquake boots. That's also going to be a really good option. Or you could even do vamp stash and earthquake boots. That's also going to be a really good option. And with that, let's go ahead and do an example attack. All right, so here we go. We will be doing these replays in hard mode as well. And for this army, what we're looking for to start this attack is we want to get as much as we can out of the log launcher, which is going to be the longest way against the town hall. We can open up the entire core with it. And then we got the easiest funnel from that top side as well. Actually, all four of these corners should be fairly easy to funnel. So let's start with that. That's going to be the most important piece of the attack. We'll do 2 witches and 2 bowlers on the corner. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other corner as well. All right, that only leaves us with a few bowlers and a few witches, but that's fine. We also have the heroes to go down the middle of the base, and getting that funnel set correctly, like I said, is one of the most important parts of the entire attack. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and start dropping in a few wall breakers. So we got some early walls opened up. Let's go with the next golem, the wall, or the log launcher. I almost called it a wall wrecker. And here we go, sending a few. I should have held on to those wall breakers. We might need them later on. We'll see. We'll see, but in the meantime, let's full send everything else in. Let's get an early rage, get a skelly spell, get a poison. Barbarian King going to be able to get through the Inferno Tower perfectly. Let's get a heal spell here in the middle as well. All right, so far, so good. Log Launcher is going to open up all the way to the Town Hall, it looks like. One more wall and it gets there. I think one more log will do the trick as well. Go to the rage up here, try to get through some of that stuff. Pop the King's ability. Got locked onto by the other single Inferno. Where are these bowlers going to go? That's what we want to rage up next. There we go. Let's rage them up down here on the bottom side. We'll drop a little jump down here as well. Actually, that jump should have been a little further back. That's all right. Not the biggest deal in the world. We still have the queen in the core of the base. We got all the other troops still left alive. We got some stuff on the outside doing a little bit of cleanup. And I think with the queen's ability, we should have enough to push through this base. So there we go. Queen gets through the single Inferno. There's not really much left that can actually target her. Down goes the bomb tower. And I think that's going to be good enough, so we'll go ahead and speed through the rest of this attack and move on to the next one. Pop the queen's ability, and let's move on. All right, here we go with the next attack strategy. One of my favorite attacks. This is going to be Kill Squad Hog Rider. So the heroes, the CC, and the Golem are going to be part of the Kill Squad, which take out a specific part of the base, and then you use the Hog Riders to try to clean up the rest of it. The hero equipment for me on this one's going to stay the same. If you want to switch to a Siege Barracks, you can switch to the Earthquake Boots on the Barbarian King to help get that initial push into the base. Other than that, I like to leave it alone. If you do have the epic equipments for these heroes, the Spiky Ball and the Giant Gauntlet are both really good for the King. And then for the Queen, the Mirror is really good. The Frozen Arrow's more for like a Queen charge, but you could use that instead of the Archer Puppet as well. All right, here we go. So this attack strategy is not as spammy as the previous attack strategy was. So what you want to do with your Kill Squad, with your heroes, your CC, and your Golem, you have to take out the enemy Queen and you have to take out the CC troops. Those are the 2 most dangerous things for your Hog Riders. If you have a multi-Inferno Tower on the base, which this does not, the multi is a nice bonus to pick up if you can. Same with the Barbarian King. He's a nice little bonus if you can get him. But let's see what we can do here. Let's get the Baby Dragon in for a funnel, and then we'll get 1 wizard on the bottom side of the base as well. And then we'll let those kind of get the funnel set. You gotta be a little bit patient sometimes. And then we're gonna send in the King, the Queen, Log Launcher, Golem straight into the base. There we go. The Baby Dragon gets the funnel pretty much set there. Not super great, but that'll work. We'll just put the King in like that. Send in the Golem, and then Log Launcher, Queen, Valkyrie. Here we go. And then making its way in. The King is taking quite a bit of damage from that Expo. Where's he going? Brother, the wall's open. Thank you. Oof. Making me a little nervous there. All right. Got the CC lured out, so let's go ahead and get the poison down. Let's get... Well, we'll be patient, but we're going to get a Skelly spell on that that single Inferno as well. Actually, does the log launcher take it out? We might save that. Yeah, nice. Okay. So we don't have to spend the... Actually, let's go ahead and use it here. That's going to be a nice little entry point. We'll let the queen get through, and let's start sending in the hog riders. And there we go. We're going to send a few for each little defense here. Send in a heal spell. All right. Notice the heal spells are going to be dropped where the hogs are going, not where they're at. Because you want your hog riders to work into the heal spell rather than away from the heal spell. So there we go. We'll just get the rest of the hogs going. We're going to have a bunch pushing into this bomb tower, so we'll heal here. We actually have the rage still left over from the kill squad. Usually I use the rage on the kill squad, but I didn't use it this time. So let's heal here. I don't even know if we need the rage, actually. I think we absolutely demolished the base here. All right, let's get the cleanup in. That's another thing you want to keep in mind because it is important for time management. So let's get the cleanup in. We got a freeze. Let's just use it to make sure we don't lose any more hog riders. And we don't need the rest of these spells. This base is absolutely demolished. And as long as things go according to plan, this is what it should look like. I mean, look at all the hog riders that are still left alive. Even the giant bomb wasn't quite able to finish them off. And we got the rage left over. We got the freeze left over. And there we go. That is how you do the kill squad hogs. Let's move on to the next strategy. All right, so here we go with the third and final attack strategy of this video. It's going to be the bowler miner attack. So we got bowlers, miners. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. We do have more bowlers in the log launcher. We are sticking with the log launcher on this attack as well. Taking a look at the hero equipment, I do actually prefer the earthquake boots on the Barbarian King in this case, just because it helps the bowlers keep up with the miners if you can knock down even more walls. It can be either an initial wall opening if you pop the King's ability early, or if you can hang on to it for later, it can open up on the back side of the base and help the bowlers get a little bit deeper on that side. Keeping the things the same here for the Archer Queen as well. All right, so this attack strategy is going to be pretty spammy, kind of like the first one, but unlike the first attack, we're not going to be starting up here on the top side because the way this army paths, it's going to want to go down the edges, and we want things to go down the middle. So we're going to be starting here on the bottom left side of the base instead. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get the funnel started. We're going to go with a couple of bowlers here to start that side of the funnel. Same thing on the bottom side. Once they get a few of the initial buildings cleared out, we can actually send in a couple of miners as well to help solidify that funnel nice and early. But we do want to be a little bit patient in the meantime, kind of let things work. There's no reason to be in a rush. You got plenty of time here. Let's go ahead and send a couple of miners in. Oh, they went the wrong way. Okay, that's fine. None of them went where I wanted them to. It just happens like that sometimes. All right, that's good enough. Let's go with the rest of the army here. We got king, queen, we got miners, we got bowlers. Everything in. We will do an early heal here on the bottom side. There we go. We got the walls opened up. We do have that early splash damage. All right. There we go. Everything's pushing in towards that queen. Down she goes. We got to be ready for the CC troops. Here we go. That is the only risky thing. You want to make sure that your queen does make her way into the base because she is the only troop that'll actually target these air troops. So if your queen walks the outside, you could be in really big trouble. Let's go ahead with a rage, and then we'll heal on the backside of that rage. All right. There we go. We're also going to wait for that king's ability, try to get him up into that corner. That's not quite where I thought the king was going to go. Let's just pop his ability here. The queen's going to ability on the top side. Drop that in. Okay, there we go. That's going to help keep everything alive up there. Freeze up the expo. And then we got one more rage, but all the bowlers kind of walk to the outside, so we're just going to be patient then. We'll let the king and everything walk to the outside. The king does not have the vamp stash, so he's not going to be getting any health back. But once these bowlers get to the top side, we can rage him up. That pathing was not ideal whatsoever. That's sort of the risky thing about doing these spammy attack strategies is you don't have a lot of control about what happens. All you can really do is try your best to set a good funnel and then just hope for the best from there. But look at that. The bowler bounces with that rage are absolutely insane, and this is still going to work out. Even though it is in hard mode and plenty of mistakes were made in this one, it's still going to work out. So there we go. Just the wizard tower, 99%. That is going to be a 3-star. Once the bowlers work their way through here with the golem. Actually, the bowlers are getting taken down by the wizard tower. Where are these ones going? They're trying to flank it. I'm actually not 100% sure if this one's going to pull through. The bowlers on the backside, I think, are not super healthy. It would have been better if they all just helped out the golem get through the wall, because I think the golem can solo the wizard tower. He just needs to be able to get through the wall. The bowlers got it, though. That was close. That was close, but it still worked out. So if you're looking for a ground attack strategy that's not too complicated, that is still another good one to use. So if this one was not in hard mode, if it was just in a regular war, the base would have been crushed. But again, you really want to get the funnel down. That's kind of where I messed up here. The funnel was not super great. I had everything walk into the outside of the base. And when things walk to the outside of the base, it makes things difficult. That's going to do for the best ground attack strategies at Town Hall 10. I am working on an air attacks video as well for Town Hall 10, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, if you missed my Town Hall 10 upgrade guide, I recommend checking that out right here.